Okay, what's up? Ooh, child. I tell you, we about to get into this spiritual experience. This shit crazy. So we gonna start off with the Taurus vibes. We just gonna pay homage to the Taurus vibes real quick. Ooh. Cause okay, so I have a girlfriend and she had passed away. She was a Taurus. A woman from my church home, she passed away, but she passed away because she had did some fucked up shit. So there's another Taurus, but I feel like this woman, I feel like she's alive, but I don't know. She's a mystery. So um, I had picked up there was two entities within my home, and so they love my son. Like sometimes they'll speak through my son. So my son got two clown masks. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just like, it's kind of like they're trying to communicate with me, but I still really haven't put that together just yet. So I'm going to tell you, for Halloween, um, my son, he's older, so he really don't want to go trick or treating and all that type of stuff. You know, he funny because he gonna say, it take too long to get the candy when you go trick or treating. You know, so we usually just kind of chill out. I also came to an epiphany too, because I'm just like, you know what? I don't really like celebrating Halloween because I feel like it's a mockery of the darker arts, the darker forces. So I really kind of felt some type of way when I was sitting here thinking about it because people are sitting up here wearing costumes like the voodoo man and all that type of stuff. People dressing up as hippies and shit. I'm just like, the nerve. That shit is not a fucking costume. But anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into that. So we went to the Halloween store the first time, and I had told him, I was just like, look, I was like, your dad gave me $20, so if you want to go to the store, we're gonna go to the store. If you don't find anything in the store, I'm just gonna give you the $20 and you can do whatever you want. So we go to the store. The mask that he wanted was 30. Okay, so I'm just like, baby, we're limited. I can't get it. So he just got a different type of mask, but that joint is uncomfortable to wear. So I'm just like, wow, what a waste of money. But anyway, I mean, it came to like $13. So he just, he kept the change. And, the next day, motherfuckers was doing witchcraft, manipulating energy for my son's father to be generous with me. So I would go out and get my weed. See, these motherfuckers, they don't know that I stopped smoking weed. So they're going to continue to do stuff with money, which is fine with me because none of the money is going to go to the marijuana anyway. So, I mean, that's over, but shit, they don't know. So let it roll, whatever. So, I had went out. My son's father, he was real generous with me when it came time for me to go washing. So I had some money left over from washing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm going to get the mask that he really want. Once again, when it comes to individuals with autism, oxytocin releases are very important. Because I'm going to tell you, I could tell he was disappointed by that mask. And I'm kind of curious. I'm just like, why is he so infatuated with these damn masks anyway? So um, I went and I got the mask. So when he came home, he was real happy. You know what I mean? So, you know, I had put it together. Those two masks are going to represent the two entities that are here. So I'm just like, okay. So y'all are masking who y'all are. Y'all don't want me to know. Because, I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know. But my plan was, I was going to tell my son, well, I had told him, I was just like, we could just wear the mask and just walk around like scaring the little kids or some shit. So I put on that damn mask. I was just like, this don't fit. I can't even see. This shit is smushed all in my face. It's not giving me no breathing room. The eyes are like smushing up against my eyes. So I was like, well, we gonna scratch that idea. So, I mean, for Halloween, wherever he went, he just wore the mask. Okay, so I'm just like, oh, okay. Now, on my way to the store with getting his mask, because at first I was going back and forth because I was just like, I'm gonna just save what I got in case something come up, but then it's kind of like something just kept poking at me like, get his mask, get his mask. So I was just like, all right, well, fine, I'm gonna just get his mask. So on my way to the store, there was a truck. It was three turtles. So I was like, Taurus? It's three Taurus? And it was an infinity sign. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, I know Leos to be the quote unquote punishers, but I'm just like, Taurus done showed me a whole other side of shit. Taurus done showed me a whole other side of shit, because my thing is, the one thing that Taurus are known for the best, in my opinion, is displaying compassion. They're very compassionate, and sometimes they come off so transparent and so vulnerable. You know what I mean? I know that when Taurus is not working on their mental health, I know they can be in their head. They're very judgmental. But I've never known for Taurus to be so angry. I know that the bull get upset, but it's not a lot that really be upsetting the Taurus. So I'm just like, God damn, when they upset, baby, they upset. That's why they say they say when that bull about to charge at your ass, just get out of the goddamn way. Just move. So I was just like, okay. So somebody is showing me love. So it's two Taurus on the other side that's showing me love. Now I'm gonna tell you, my girlfriend, she passed away from cancer, but the cancer, it manifested, it grew very aggressively. I'm just like, somebody was doing spell work on her. Now my thing is that years before I got into tarot, she was in Georgia, and she used to go, well, no, this is when I just got into tarot. Okay. So she used to go to a woman in Georgia, so she used to tell me all type of stuff, that would go on. And she would have me do the cards because she wanted to see what my skills were or whatever. And of course I had just started, so it won't, I think I was, when we had reconnected in life, I think I was like maybe 2 or 3 years in. So um so I knew she was into this life. I knew she was into it. Okay, but she was very practical, so she didn't try to practice or do anything. So I'm just like, man, but one thing I know about her, she don't want nobody feeling sorry for her. So if she had cancer for a while and she knew about it, I'm just like, man, she wouldn't tell nobody. Her stubborn ass. I knew she wouldn't tell nobody. But this shit grew aggressively. Now my thing is that I didn't know if I was going to ever talk to her again, or if she was going to incarnate, if she was going to go to the other side. I didn't know. I remember one day, when I was doing my son's hair, because when she was here, she used to do hair, and she used to do locks. Okay, she used to do everything. She used to do hair. She used to do nails. She was into fashion. She did music. Her and I had a lot in common. Like, that's why we were so close. So I'm just like, I had felt her, but she ain't want to say nothing. So I was just like, well, you ain't never been the type of person to where anybody could boss you around, so I ain't gonna say nothing. But I want you to feel comfortable with opening up to me. That's how I know she went to the other side. So months later, I was doing my son's hair, and I was just like, man, I do not feel like doing this shit, because it's gonna unravel in 3 days. And then on top of that, he gonna be in the shower washing the shit out, washing his twist out. So she had came to me and she showed me a different technique as to what to do with his hair. So I was just like, oh shit. I was like, okay. So she's sitting up there, and I can hear her like coaching me through it, as like what to do. So she goes quiet, and I'm just like, like, why you ain't speaking up? Why you not talking to me? Why you not saying nothing? Like, what happened to you? So, I mean, she had went quiet, and she went quiet for a while. I was just like, man, something is not right about her death. I know it's not. I said, I know it got something to do with witchcraft. Now, the thing is that I found out the two individuals that was doing the work on her. And this is what this spiritual experience was all about. Okay. So that was her. Now, this other individual, this woman, I used to go to church with her. So, something was wrong with this lady. She was hating on me. She was hating on me, and I could never understand it. But, me and her son, I used to like her son. Matter of fact, her son was a damn Taurus. Her son was a Taurus. But my thing is that, he liked me, I like him, but he was always talking about other women. He just loved women. You know what I'm saying? He was just, I mean, we was young, so he would just say like the stupidest shit. I remember we took a trip with the church, and he and I sat next to each other, and we rode past this hotel, and he gonna say some dumb shit talking about some, I bet it's a whole bunch of beautiful women up in that hotel. I go in there and have all of them. So I was just like, oh, what a goof. So I had lost interest in him, and I mean, he had been he was crazy about me, but I won't feel in him after that, you know. But anyway, but I used to tell him, I'd be like, your mama don't like me. That's another reason why I didn't want to talk to him neither. And he was just like, come on, man, she like you. Don't say that. I was just like, he can't see it. And I'm gonna tell you, I was a young girl. I was like 12. I was like 12 years old. I knew she didn't like me. And it came out later that she had been gossiping about me and my sisters, talking about we was fast. There was a girl that she favored, you know. Come to find out, that girl that she favored and she kept close to her son, she was in there sucking his dick and sucking other guys' dick in the church too. I'm just like, well, damn. So anyway, I remember we was doing, I think it was the nativity play, like the play from the preacher's wife. So everybody knew I could sing. Now the girl that she favored, she could sing too. And me and her was really good friends. So, they was trying to figure out, like, this woman knew that I wanted to play Mary because I wanted to sing. I wanted to sing the song. So she gave the part to my friend. So of course, I wasn't upset because that was my friend. But she did that shit out of spite. And I'm thinking, what the fuck a 40-year-old woman doing picking on a little 12-year-old girl? You know what I'm saying? So I was just so over this woman. But there was a time to where, I had got chosen for a solo. And I was in here. This is when I first started my art therapy. Not first started. I think I was a year into my art therapy. And I was at home alone and it was raining. It was pouring down raining. And there was another woman from my church who had passed, years ago. I think I was probably maybe 9 years old when this woman passed. But she had been my spirit guide since I was a little girl. And when I first got into my mediumship, she was one of the individuals that I encountered, and she told me that she had been there with me ever since I was younger, you know. So, and she told me she was one of the individuals that were protecting me from my mother. So, So she comes to me and she says, I have a friend. Now, I haven't heard from this woman in years. And I'm just like, well, hello to you too. What you mean you bought me a friend? Me and her kind of fell out because she wanted me to go to church, and I'm just like, I don't want to go to church. You can find somebody else to go to church. I don't want to go to church. So, we stopped talking. I didn't hear from her for, I want to say, at least 3 years. 3 or 4. So she shows up and she bought this woman. So this is the woman that had passed away. So she says, you know who it is. So I heard the woman's voice and I was just like, I know she passed. You know what I'm saying? So the solo that I had sang that one time in church, she had asked me to sing it for her, you know. So I was sitting there and I had sang it for her. And I just felt real emotional. I just started crying. And I felt a lot of remorse. And, she started apologizing to me and all this type of shit. But my thing is that she came to me and she wanted me to be with her son. I told her no. So I had some issues out of her for a while. Okay. So this situation, this experience, this is a part of her redemption. Okay. So the church had gave us some bonds when we were younger, and she was the one who signed it. So I want to say maybe some years, maybe a year or two ago, my sister, she looked up the government to see if the bonds was still there. So she gave me and my sisters the information. So when I put in the information, it said that the bonds was not there for my social security number, but it was there for my other sisters. And I'm just like, here we go with that dumb shit. I say I know that woman did that, and I'm just like, you know, um, I said, this is probably why she passed away. Like, I'm talking about spiritual reason, not physical. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that woman is so terrible. I said I did not know what I did for her to just not like me so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? Like her husband was the youth pastor, so all the kids liked him, and he was down to earth. You know, the son was popular. He was cool. He was a real funny guy. You know, and she's just this uptight, nasty ass, old ass woman. So, when I found that shit out, I was just like, God, I give it to you. I don't even care about it no more. So even, when she popped up, I didn't confront her about it. I was just like, fuck it. But like I said, I didn't want to be with her son. So I guess she thought she was going to take some type of vengeance. The thing is that she knew, she didn't know how damaged her son was because he was in the military. That man done seen babies blow up in front of him. He done seen his friends blow up in front of him, like traumatized, and I'm a healer. So she wanted me to be with him to help him, and I told her ass no. So she tried to get some type of revenge on me or whatever, but the shit ain't work. So she took this opportunity for her, redemption and helping me out with some challenging situations that I have been dealing with from motherfuckers playing in that spell work. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I had been having visions of me getting raped, and this is not the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, there was a woman one time, and I'm talking about she was putting it on thick. It's like I would have just visions throughout the day of me getting raped. They wanted my son to get raped too. So I'm gonna tell you, you know, that was the wrong move because that woman, that shit ended up happening to her. Okay. So the thing is that she did not learn from that situation. She jumped back in the tricking game. And she had a friend with her, and her friend convinced her to continue to keep doing it even after that shit happened to her. And I'm just like, wow, that's really a friend, you know. So the thing is that the girl who had got raped, you know, she wanted to get out and she wanted her friend to stop doing the shit too. But her friend just kept on doing it. And then on top of that, they was playing with the witchcraft. Now, these are the two bitches that was doing the witchcraft on my friend to where she got the cancer and the shit grew aggressively. Okay, so this was her get back. So the thing is that the one who had been raped and she was ready to get out of the tricking game, she wanted her friend to stop too, but her friend would not stop. So, my friend that passed away intervened, and she put the idea for my friend, for not my friend put the idea in the girl's head who had got raped. She put it in her head to set her friend up to get raped to teach her a lesson so that they would stop doing it. Because the thing is that the girl who got raped, she didn't say anything. She never told nobody. But something like that can really do something to a woman mentally, you know? And then it's kind of like she's trying to hide it. And her friend is out here all wild and out and outside doing this shit. And then they thinking because they fucking with that black magic that it's kind of like they was trying to do magic on the men to get them to be more generous. Then on top of that, they was trying to use my energy to cloak them, to protect them. My thing is that the shit never worked, but they were never in trouble. Okay. So, the girl who secretly, got violated, she set her friend up to get raped because it's kind of like she was just like, she's not going to listen. She's not going to stop until something happens to her. And then on top of that, deep down inside, she was kind of jealous of her too because the one who had got violated, she had lost everything. I'm talking about this bitch was coming for me real hard. Then on top of that, she was trying to come for my son. I'm talking about she was throwing the shit on thick. She was ruthless. So when that shit happened to her, she calmed the fuck down. But the thing is that she ended up losing her man. So a part of her wanted her friend to stop, but a part of her was also jealous. Because it's kind of like, girl, you've been doing the same shit that I've been doing. And you haven't lost everything the way in which that I have lost things. We need to stop. But her friend ain't want to stop. So my friend that passed away put the idea in this girl's head to set her friend up. And I mean, it's sad because her friend got it double time, two times worse. Like this is what I be talking. This is what I'm saying about mental health. And the thing is that You know, once you give yourself away to that side, you're no longer in control. So, you know, her friend didn't know that she had set her up, but it's kind of like she had left her there. She was in and out, you know, and her friend was just like, don't leave. So when I was out and I had felt an entity pulling on me, I said this in the video, pulling on me to come back home. I could hear that woman. That was that woman. That was her telling her friend, like thinking, like calling for her friend to come back because that shit was happening to her. I think the girl knew, but I mean, the girl set it up. So, of course, she didn't want to see it. She didn't want to watch. She was in and out of the house. So I was just like, oh my goodness. When I first put everything together, I was just like, you know what? This shit is just, this is terrible. This is ridiculous. What the, you know, I want to say what the fuck is wrong with these bitches, but the moment that they signed over to that side, it was over. It was only a matter of time before some shit would happen. I was going through so much fucking warfare. When I did my cards, I'm just like, who are these 3 people on the outside? So the one that was guarded was her friend. And then the two guys that did what they did to her, they wore masks. So then I started thinking, I'm just like, damn, my son got the 2 masks. I'm just like, damn, the 2 entities. I know who the 2 entities are now. But I still really don't know, because my thing is, the woman from church, you know, she's not that entity, and my friend is not that entity neither. So I'm just like, well, who the fuck is these 2 entities? Well, I mean, fuck it. Whatever. But I'm still trying to put it together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you how everything lines up. And for 2 days, I'm just like, damn, they had her for 2 days. 2 days. I'm talking about I was fucked up for 2 fucking days. And I'm just like, I cannot deal with this goddamn warfare. But the thing is that the bitch was mad because she tried to do some magic on me to protect her. So I was just like, you're always trying to overpower. What is the definition of rape? Overpowering somebody against their will. So she thought she was going to intervene with my free will because she knew I wouldn't be willing to protect her. So I was just like, look at that. She thought she was going to spiritually rape me, and that shit manifested for her. Then on top of that, she had been lying on me. Yeah, I know all these people. I'm not going to expose them, but she had been lying on me. She lied on me. She had told her peoples that I'd be out here tricking. And so she had her peoples try to do magic on me too. So I had 3 sources of people doing magic on me. Her peoples, and then the other girl that set her up. The girl who set her up knew that shit was coming back on her. I could see it in the cards because she was guarded. But at the same time, she wanted to show her friend what she was doing. So I'm just like, damn, that's why I was going through all that fucking warfare. I was just like, what is wrong with these people? But like I said, once you start playing in that shit, I mean, it's gone. Your mind is gone. So, you know, I was going through the warfare, and I'm just like, man, this is some bullshit. This shit is crazy. I can't understand what is going on. Everything was just happening so fast. And then, you know, my head was just hurting just like so fucking bad. You know, and the thing is that all that shit backfired. That shit backfired. You see, the person I used to go to church with, the woman I used to go to church with, and my friend, you know, I don't know what the fuck they was doing, but they was assimilating some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they did what they did. I don't know everything in detail, but I'm just like, whoa. Oh, my mind is fucking blown right now. Like, I don't know what to think. My thing is, because I'm gonna tell you, a couple of days ago, I had visions of me getting raped again, and I was just like, is these bitches back at it? So then the next day, that's when my motherfucking head started ringing. You know, I'm just like, damn, like what is going on? This is crazy. This is torturous, you know. But like I be telling people, sometimes God will have me go through experience. It's like he will give me insight to certain things that's going on that people be trying to hide. And it's kind of like he's also testing my heart. Because if, and this is what I'm saying, like I'm super empathic. I'm super empathic. So with my empathy, I have to use my empathy as a source of compassion. Because even though motherfuckers deserve it, especially trying to come for my fucking son, even though they deserve it, the thing is that in experiencing what somebody is going through mentally and emotionally, it's kind of like I have a responsibility to, you know, like not gloat about that shit, not throw it in somebody's face, not even really speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tragedy that that shit happened. It's not a celebration, and it damn sure is not. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: I don't play when it come to that shit. I don't play when it come to me and my son. When it comes to the kids, fuck you. You should not be trying to come for somebody else's children, and not in that fucking way, especially when you have children. So my thing is, you know, I can walk away from it and don't feel nothing. I don't have to be happy that some terrible shit like that happened to somebody just because they wanted that to happen to me. No, that shit is fucked up. So, you know, what kind of put it all together for me? Because I'm just like, well, the third person is still a mystery though. The third person is still a mystery. So, but I did my cards and I saw that my friend had healed. I saw that the woman, she had healed, and there's a third woman that healed too. Like my consciousness is the mother, it is the empress. So individuals with that consciousness, it's just like that is the consciousness that I heal. So I'm just like, well, damn, I healed somebody's mama. She must got a son, cause my friend got a son. She had a son, and then on top of that, you know, the woman I went to church with, she had a son. And see, mama do not want her son fucking with these stupid ass, fucked up ass bitches out here. So my thing is like, yeah, I understand that. And we damn sure can trauma bond on that. And we damn sure can come up with some type of solution to protect the sons. I even made like a spiritual warfare song, you know, just to bring mothers comfort to protect their lovers and their sons. Because these two women that was up to no good, you know, no. So my thing is that, you know, I'm helping my friend with her son too. You know what I'm saying? With helping to protect her son from dealing with the wrong type of woman. And when it comes to the woman from my church, her son dealing with the wrong type of women too. Yes, sir. Well, we sure can. Because I'm damn sure not playing about that shit. And this other woman too. So, I mean, I don't know who this other woman is. It's still a mystery to me. Oh, it's still a mystery to me about who this other woman is. But I do believe that she's alive. Wait, let me see. Is she alive? She alive. Okay. So she must have a son too. And see, when I deal with men, when I date men, I be thinking about that shit. You know, because I be thinking, I got a son. So when it comes having to deal with mom, it's kind of like I know how I'm about my son. So, you know, I'ma tread lightly when it comes to somebody else's son, you know. But and you know, my son's father, he get on my fucking nerves, but I be protecting him too. So, you know, and of course he has a mother. So, you know, but yeah, cause you know, I ran my bath. I ran. I told myself I was going to do a spiritual bath, but I didn't use all of my tools. I just kind of set the intentions. I was pretty worn out today, just kind of tired, overwhelmed, exhausted, emotional, just feeling real extreme. It's, you know, it's just been crazy. So, you know, I just jumped in the tub. You know, um, when I came, so I had to get my towel. When I came back into the bathroom, my son's father lit 3 candles. I'm just like, why did he light 3 candles? So those are the 3 Taurus. So each one of them got a light. So each one of them have been healed and they have been freed in some kind of way. So you know. I ain't trying to get emotional right now, but I'm just saying, ooh, God, it be mission. They be putting me on a goddamn mission. This shit be heavy. It be heavy as hell because I don't like all this shit. My thing is, I wish motherfuckers just would stay away from stuff that they should not be fucking with. Just stay away from the dangers in life. But that woman should have told her friend what happened to her. She probably knew her friend won't go and listen. And she probably knew that her friend, it's kind of like she wanted to avoid, her friend really showing her that she wasn't her friend. Because I have a feeling her friend would have overlooked that situation because it seemed like her friend is selfish. She would have been like, well, it's not going to happen to us if we together. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't take in consideration of the devastation that her friend went through. And out of respect for her friend, they would just stop doing it. It's kind of like she knew that about that girl, which means that obviously they weren't really friends because these women are money hungry. They got a lot, they want that life. They trying to hide lie. They trying to hide what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? They trying to, they want the money. They want the money so they can make it look like they doing this and they doing that. And I'm just like, man, you ain't making that much. You ain't making that much fucking money. Not here in Virginia. You sure ain't. I'm sorry. I ain't pick up that they be traveling. I don't know. Do they be traveling? Oh yeah, they may have to travel because I'm just like, girl, you ain't getting shit here. So, and then on top of that, it's kind of like the shit has happened, and the first girl, she's not saying anything about what happened to her, and then the second girl, it's like she can't tell nobody. My thing is that, um, I think that she told her peoples that the shit didn't work. My thing is, why the fuck would you lie on me about what you're doing? You're putting yourself in a position. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just like, what are they thinking? It doesn't make sense the way they tried to orchestrate shit. I don't do shit. I sit in the house. I'm not tricking for no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, why would she try to project onto me what she's doing? And then it's kind of like they work the magic around that. But she is the one. It's not me. I believe I told motherfuckers, stop speaking on me. Keep my fucking name out your mouth. Stop lying on me. So my thing is, I'm sorry about whatever happened to those girls, but I'm very happy that it was a success, that we healed. I healed my friend, because like I said, those two girls did the craft on her. But it's kind of like the main goal that we really had in common. Well, my friend wanted her justice, but at the same time, the main goal that we had was protecting our sons from these nasty women. Because that girl, one of them girls, she married. And she got a good husband. She got a good man. And I mean, she should not be doing what she doing. She don't have to be doing that. She just being greedy. Because in all actuality, she's trying to get away from her husband. I think something is going on with work. Like, bitches don't want to just get out here and work a regular job. They don't have the credentials. You know what I'm saying? They don't have them credentials that they used to, that they thought was going to bring in that money, or at one point in time was bringing in that stability. So it's kind of like you don't even have to go to tricking. What's wrong with working? That's what I'm saying. It's the ego. They feel like they too good to work a regular job. But my thing is, man, that's that bullshit, because I met a woman in Africa and she came over here, and she's just like, I love it over here. And at this time, I'm just like, why? This was years ago when I was working in healthcare. She said, the only thing that I don't like about America, she said, I don't like the black people because they're not like black people in Africa. She says, y'all don't stick together. Y'all don't work together. She says, but I love America because you can get a job anywhere. She says in Africa, she's like, you have to pay for school. There are no jobs. It's poor. And then she says, well, I'm talking about where she came from, but I forgot what part she said she came from. She says the only good jobs are the government jobs. She says, but you have to go to school and you have to have a master's to work in the government jobs. So she said, it's real good, like being over here. And that's what I'm saying. What is it's kind of like they're too good. You're too good, so you're playing around in the dark, selling your body and putting yourself at risk. You know, my thing is that I had picked up that they got STIs from that shit. Now my thing is when the girl when it come to your husband, what you gonna tell him? You know what I'm saying? Unless he know, but I doubt that he knows. Cause who the fuck? What man wants his wife out there doing that shit, putting her at risk? If he really love her, if he really love her, he not gonna put her out. He not gonna put her at risk like that. He's not gonna let her do that. So my thing is that he don't know that she's doing that. And it's like now she got an STI. How is she going to explain that? I doubt that they was using condoms, so she might even be pregnant too. They probably, because you only got a certain amount of time before you take that Plan B pill. I feel like they wanted to sabotage her because if she got an STI, it may be something she could get rid of. So it's kind of like they wanted to make sure they put a baby in her, so she couldn't lie about it. But I'm pretty sure she took that Plan B pill anyway. That shit is sad. People, you should not have to go. You should not go through. You should not put yourself through anything like that. But I'm just saying, I cannot feel bad for people who want terrible shit like that to happen to me. I cannot feel bad for that. I don't have to sit here and be happy about it neither. It's a tragedy, and that shit just did not have to happen. These messy bitches out here. But like I said, they already was playing in that shit. They was playing in that shit with my friend. You know, and my friend, she worried about her son and her son's future. I can only imagine what it's like being a mother on the other side and your son is not tapped in and you can't communicate with him. If she try to communicate or do something, he probably gonna get freaked out or something. I can only imagine how torturous that would be for her. So yes, I'm glad she got her justice. Now she can heal and she can ascend. It's like all three of them can. I'm wore the fuck out. I am worn out, but I am so happy. I am so happy, and I'm so happy that I was the one chosen. It's just so. I mean, I'm trying to think of something else. I mean, it kind of freaked me out when my son, he lit those three candles because I'm just like, well, I was expecting one or two, three. Who's number three? I'm thinking to myself, and then when I took a bath, I couldn't even focus in the bathtub. I'm just like, oh my God, something is trying to come through. What is it? I tried to go to sleep, but I couldn't go to sleep. Oh my God. I'm just like, just reveal it to me. Just tell me. So finally it came. So I was just like, man, it's crazy. Now, my thing is the woman who got double tagged, her peoples know the shit didn't work, but her peoples don't know what she went through. But her peoples know that she not going to be playing around in this shit anymore. But once it get on you, it get on you. So like when I say it get on you, once your mind is gone, you're not in control. So I guarantee that woman will be back. I guarantee she will be back with trying to do more shit. But she probably gonna tell her family or whoever she got helping her that she's not doing it no more. But she'll be back to it. She'll be back to it. Cause she's not in control. Just like I gotta do the spirit work, like for this, the work I got to do for my guys and God, she got to do that for the other side. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Whew. So, I mean, I'm tired. I'm worn out now. So, I feel like there's still more. But I said enough. Because this is tragic. And I don't want to have this shit on my brain. I'm ready to move the fuck on. But I appreciate all of the assistance. I appreciate the help. Because I feel like I feel like it was at least 7 people involved. But I just don't know who the people were. I still need more time to just kind of come to the realization of some things. But I do just want to take time out to say thank you so much. And just let everybody know that I appreciate them in the role in which they play, and I appreciate the love. I absolutely do. So until the next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.